Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to improve our math skill. Whether you're preparing for GRE, GMAT or SAT, it does not matter. These problems will help you improve your math skill. Today is day number 35. Very simple, very straightforward question. So as I always remind you, as I always bring it to your attention, the problem will be very simple, problem will be very straightforward, and problem will be very short, but that does not mean that the solution or the answer is straightforward. Do you understand? Those are two different things. Here's the question. Points X, Y and Z lie in a plane. To lie in a plane means, for example, I'm going to show you 3 points, they all lie in this plane right here. In other words, none of these 3 points actually is sticking out. It's not a three-dimensional. They all lie in a two-dimensional surface. That's what it means, to lie in a plane. It's very important that you understand the lingo, because you don't want to have to sit there in the exam and wonder what that means. Distance from X to Y, we are told is 10. So let's put it here, X and Y, a distance of 10. Or better yet, let's not do it right now. Distance from Y to Z is 3. And the question simply is, which of the following I think I'm going to retard this marker, it's dying. It's very difficult to read it, it's getting darker, lighter and lighter. Let's see if the next one is any better. Which of the following could be the distance from X to Z? As I said, very straightforward, very simple question. We are told that X to Y is 10, Y to Z is 3, and the question is which of the following could be the distance from X to Z, and here are the choices. Could the distance from X to Z be 7? It is could. You see, we do not know for sure. Could the distance from X to Z be 10? Or could the distance from X to Z be 13? Finish watching the entire video before you judge it. Do you understand? What I want you to do now is to pause the video, as always. Pause it right now. Do what you have to do. Once you have decided that you have your answer, or as they call it, the final answer. I forget which quiz show it is. I know it's not Jeopardy. In Jeopardy they don't have final answer, they just have an answer. When you have your answer, you can resume the video. Okay? I'll give you a couple of seconds to pause and resume. I'm going to read one more time to you. Points X, Y and Z lie in a plane. The distance from X to Y is 10. Distance from Y to Z is 3. Which of the following could be the distance from X to Z? 7, 10 or 13? Oh, I haven't given you the answer choices, have I? One only? Two only? Three only? 1 and 3 only. or 1, 2 and 3. So this is the time to pause the video, do what you have to do, and I'll resume it in 5 seconds. Very good. Well, we are told that x to y is 10. Let's not get carried away here. X to y is 10. We are also told that y to z is 3. So the first thing that comes to mind, the simplest scenario, is this part right here. Y to z is 3, which means the distance from x to z could be 13. It could be 13, which tells us the correct answer, whatever it is, has to contain Roman numeral 3 in it, which tells us that A is impossible, B is impossible because it doesn't have 3 in it. 13 is possible. The possible answer choices are C, D or E. Another scenario would be to bring the z, instead of putting the z here, bring the z over here. Where is your x to y? This is 10. And instead of putting z here, let's put the z over here. So now y to z is still 3, but in the other directions. In that case, in which case, the distance from x to z would be 7, because we're going, think of it as you're going 10 kilometers this way and then we're coming back 3 kilometers, the same route, we're coming back. So now the distance from x to z is only 7 kilometers. So that is also possible, which tells us that the correct answer, whatever it is, must also have Roman numeral 1 in it. That rules out C. That's it, 7 and 13. So the answer is D. Or is it? I want you to pause the video one more time, because this is not the answer. I want you to pause the video one more time and think as much as you have to, do whatever you have to do, and figure out how in the world the distance from x to z be 10. How in the world the distance from x to z be 10? I do not know how. You tell me. Distance from x to z, can it be 10? The answer is yes, because the correct answer is this. The correct answer is not D. Pause one more time, do what you have to do before I give it away, because once I show you what it is, then of course there is no fun in it. The fun part, of course, is to try to figure it out yourself. And of course the beauty of this video is that you can pause it and take as long as you want. I don't have to stand here and wait for you. So pause it one more time, I'll take a couple of sips and I'll give you a chance to resume it again. Let's take a look at it. So let's start with the scenario of x to y is 10. Let's start with that scenario. X to y is 10. We are also told that y to z is 3. Y to z is 3. Here is your y to z. Watch what happens. Y to z is 3. And here is your x to y, which can also be 10. What people were not contemplating, I'm going to redraw it because I don't like the way it looks. Voila. It's an isosceles triangle. Y to z is 3. I'm going to redraw it. I'm going to pick it up and rotate it so you can see it. Here's your x to y. X to y is 10. We are told that y to z, we are told that, is the y to z, is it? Y to z is 3, so let's bring the y down. This is your x, this is your y, and y to z is 3. And therefore, the x to y could also be 10. It could be, we don't know, it could be. Why not? It will just make an isosceles triangle. It would just make an isosceles triangle. This side is equal to that side. And what you're dealing with is isosceles triangle. One more time, we are told that x to y is 10. We are told that y to z is 3. And therefore, x to y could also be 10. We are dealing with the situation of an isosceles triangle, and therefore the correct answer is E. We should have realized right from the very beginning that the answer could not be that, whatever the hell the answer was, it could not be that simple, it could not be that straightforward. Because if it were, because if it were, why not was? Because I'm speaking hypothetically. One is speaking hypothetically, and when one makes a hypothetical statement, the idiosyncrasy of English grammar requires that one uses plural verb in this case. Even though the subject is singular, the verb has to be plural. So what I was saying is that you should have realized right from the very beginning that something kinky is going on. This could not be such a straightforward, simple answer. Anybody can see that it's going to be if it's x. Anybody can see that if x to y is 10 and y to z is 3, then the answer can be 13. Also, it does not take too much imagination to realize that the answer could also be 7 if you go the other direction. That wasn't much thinking. So you should have realized right away that there must be something else going on here. The answer could not be that simple. Because if it were, here we go. If it were, I would be standing here making a fuss about it. That's all it is. That's what you have to understand. Anyway, I hope you got something out of it. If nothing else, at least you understand to take your time and do not jump to the first thing that comes to your mind. Do not just go with your gut feeling. You have to think about it logically, rationally, calmly, coolly, and then come to a rational conclusion. I cannot find another adjective. A proper conclusion, if you will. Do you understand? Not the very first thing that comes to your mind. If you wish to get hold of me for personal private tutoring, I tutor for SAT, GRE and GMAT, and of course also TOEFL. You can go to any of these website addresses and you can send me an email to get hold of me. Or you can simply go to keshwaniprep.com and send me an email from there. But that was it. It was a simple, interesting problem. It was a simple problem, but not the solution, obviously. It was an interesting problem nonetheless, or at least I thought so. I don't know about your sentiments. Anyway, thank you.